Welcome to the 11th ever episode of the BP Show featuring Brian Pearson. Hey man, listen, I know it's been a while. And no, I wasn't just going to stop after interviewing Frank the Tank. No, I'm not going into retirement. I'm not one of those guys that says, I mean, you know that slogan, that phrase, oh, you know, I hit a full court shot, I'm retiring from basketball, or I make a hole in one, I'm retiring from golf. I ain't retiring after interviewing Fred the Tank. I'm right here. I just needed stuff to talk about. And I don't want to just have anybody on my podcast. I want to have legit guests and I want to have stuff to talk about. And now I got stuff to talk about. The Tigers are rolling. The Pistons are gritty. And I mean, the sports are in full swing now, especially in Detroit. You got guys like Pat Caputo. I was in Michigan not too long ago, and something just stuck with me. Pat Caputo, I was listening to 97.1 The Ticket. Pat Caputo said, I don't see the Tigers being good this year. With what evidence? This team had a 0.2% chance to make the playoffs last year come August 11th, and it was the gritty Tigs, and we put a run together, and we beat the Astros, and we should have beat the Guardians. Like, we were a legit American League team with not that much talent. It's just a bunch of guys that play together with a really good manager and AJ Hinch. And we have the same team we did last year, and even better, even with, you got Javier Baez finally doing something, finally earning his $25 million, and he's batting 270. It is about time, dude. It is about time. It's long overdue that you actually put the bat on the baseball. Thank you, God, for Javier Baez actually putting the bat on the baseball. It makes a huge difference. I mean, we're paying this guy $25 million a year. And the Tigers are rolling. So, yeah, I'm calling guys out. I'm a diehard Detroiter. Pat Caputo from 97 Win the Ticket says he doesn't think the Tigers are going to be good. With what evidence? This team's rolling now. We're atop the American League Central, and we're one of the best teams in the American League. So, and you look at based off last year, where's the evidence? From August into October, we were rolling. We got the same roster. We got the same manager. We got the same GM. Our farm system's rolling, and this team is rolling. Tigers are hot, man, and I couldn't be more excited about this team. Let's move on to the Pistons, man. Detroit's it's just something about Detroit that I know and love, and I call myself a Detroiter. And I've talked with somebody that grew up in Southfield, Michigan. I met him here down in Texas. From Southfield, Michigan, that's what I call actual Detroit. Is Southfield, Wayne, Inkster. I mean, if you grow up, and there might be people that have their own opinions on what a Detroiter really is. In my opinion, if you grow up in places like Inkster, Romulus, Wayne, even Dearborn, places like that, you're a solidified Detroiter. And I'm from Ypsilanti, Michigan, which, if you know Michigan, you know it's kind of similar to Detroit, but it's nowhere near the actual rough, tough, and gritty. It's rough and tough and gritty, but not to the level of Detroit. And I've hung out in Detroit. I played basketball in Detroit, and I love the city of Detroit. And I'm a diehard Detroit fan, and I've talked with other Detroiters, and we've had this conversation. And he says, "Oh, you're a Detroiter, dude. Thank you. That means the world coming from an actual Detroiter." So thank you. And I love to call myself a Detroiter. Now, back to the Pat Caputo situation. I'm a real Detroiter, man. Like, I follow this baseball team. It's just pure clickbait. Saying you don't see how the Tigers are going to be good when we have the same roster and the same manager, same GM. I mean, yeah, we have injuries, but this team's still rolling. So, and Pat Caputo might say, "Oh, I mean, he's just some podcaster." Man, if you put me on 97 won the ticket right now, I promise I'll give anybody a run for their money. Anybody. You can name anybody in that building. I swear to God, I'll give them a run for their money. I've been with Sports Radio Detroit. I've been with Roger Castillo. I know what it takes to do good radio. And I know what the hell I'm talking about, especially when it comes to my Detroit teams. Back to the Pistons, man. It's just something about Detroit that's just gritty. I love Detroit. I embrace Detroit. I love the city of Detroit with all my heart. It's just something about these Detroit teams that are just gritty. Yeah, Red Wings didn't make the playoffs, but they're on the upswing. Pistons are playing great basketball, and they're playing a really tough Knicks team. Tigers are on and popping, man. AJ Hinch is just a hell of a manager. Scotty Harris is a hell of a GM, and we just have a hell of a team with guys that love the game and they go out there and bust their ass every day for 162 games. We might not have an all-star team, but you bet your ass we win baseball games. I think the Pistons will be right there. We have a great roster with Cade Cunningham. I just think he needs to be a little more aggressive, but I mean, he's still putting up points. But you're going against a Knicks team that, I mean, this Knicks team just doesn't miss, man. They just don't miss. And in the most clutch situations, you talk about guys like Jalen Brunson, Carl Anthony Towns, even Mikal Bridges. Like, these guys don't miss, man. Especially Jalen Brunson and Carl Anthony Towns. Carl Anthony Towns is probably the best big man in basketball right now. No, he's not a Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's way more versatile, but he can shoot the basketball. He can shoot the fadeaway. And you might even want to think about double teaming Carl Anthony Towns because this guy is an automatic 25 points a night. Jalen Brunson, he's just a solidified pro. He was great at Villanova. You see what he's doing with the Knicks. I mean, the guy's a scorer. This is a tough Knicks team, but the Pistons are good too, and we're hanging right in. The Knicks just played a hell of a game tonight. And yeah, we want to protect home floor, but thank goodness we won one in New York. So now we stay in Detroit and we have a chance to tie it up. If we don't win at home next game, then it's going to be a long shot. But I'll never count this Pistons team out. JB Bickerstaff should be automatic coach of the year in the NBA. Automatic, unanimous, no questions asked, no debate. It's JB Bickerstaff and then everybody else. Yeah, Emmy Udoka is a good coach, but and Emmy Udoka might be up there in the conversation. But you look at how bad this Pistons team was. JB Bickerstaff just completely turned this team around. So yeah, Emmy Udoka's up there because the Rockets were bad too, but they weren't as bad as the Pistons. The Pistons team was awful because we had no leadership. Same roster, I mentioned it before. JB Bickerstaff, coach of the year. Lions are making good picks. We got the guy from Ohio State. Anytime we can get a guy from Ohio State, that's always good. Cowboys got a guy from Bama. Anytime you get a guy from Bama, that's always good. So I want to get back in the swing of things. Some people might have thought, oh, that podcast didn't last long. Oh, he's done. Oh, he just wants to interview Frank the Tank and be done with it. I call BS. I ain't finished. I ain't quitting. I was born for this. I do this. I'll get up there and talk with Stephen A. Smith. I've gotten up there and talked with the greatest golfer of all time. I've interviewed PJ Tour pros. I ain't quitting. There ain't no quitting me. I'm still going. I just need stuff to talk about, and I want guests that are worth a damn to have on this podcast. We're going to have some good guests again. We're going to have Glenn Bryant soon. We're going to have a former Texas baseball player soon, and we're going to have a former Pittsburgh Pirates pitcher soon. We're going to have guests on the show. I ain't quitting just after Frank the Tank. We're still going. We just started. And I know it's abnormal to take a month off, but when I get up here and speak my stuff, and when I get up here and do a podcast, I want to bust my ass. I want to give it 100%. And I want to give quality content to the avid listeners of this show or anybody that listens to this podcast. You want to know why I haven't been on in a while? It's because I don't want to just be on here spewing BS with nothing to talk about. Now we got stuff to talk about. Tigers are rolling. Pistons are rolling. I'm hyped. Let's go. I've been waiting 20 years to see a Pistons team like this. You think I ain't excited about it? You bet your ass I am. Detroit basketball, baby. Let's go. Let's go, Detroit Pistons. If you don't know what the city of Detroit's about, you better ask about us. These teams are rolling. Lions are rolling. Red Wings on the upswing. Pistons, gritty, in the playoffs. Earn that 16 seed. Screw all that play-in BS. I mean, it's just modern day NBA. It's Adam Silver just trying to, add little winky dinky stuff to already watered down NBA. Nobody cares until the playoffs. Nobody cares about the end season tournament. Just get me to the playoffs, god damn it. Yeah, the NBA's gotten better, but it's still not a watchable product for me. Not during the regular season, unless I'm doing sports bets. That's the only reason I pay attention to the NBA. And yeah, I keep up with my Pistons. It's a lot more fun when your hometown team is doing good to watch, especially the NBA, man. And yeah, the same goes for baseball. But to me, I'm way more of a MLB fan than I am NBA fan. Oh, way more. Doesn't matter if the Tigers are good or not. I love baseball. I love the MLB. For me to actually like be in tune with the NBA, yeah, I keep up with it, but it helps when the Pistons are good. And I mean, I think this team's going to be good for a while. Like JB Bickerstaff knows what he's doing, and you obviously can't just go in and coach an NBA roster unless you're Steve Kerr and you got Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant. Then you just got an automatic championship. No disrespect to Steve Kerr, but it is what it is, dude. You're riding Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Kevin Durant's coattails. Don't give a damn about Draymond Green. He's a good role player, but he's still dirty, grimy Draymond Green. And if you follow basketball at all, you'll agree with me 100%. If you know Draymond, like I can't stand Draymond Green, and he's from Michigan. He's from Saginaw, Michigan, and I can't stand him. And yeah, some of it might have to do with the fact that he went to Michigan State, and I mean, like Michigan State is just it's just a really touchy subject for me, man, because I have beloved friends and beloved family that went to Michigan State. So I want to root for them. But the football team makes it damn near impossible to support Michigan State. And yeah, basketball is legendary with Tom Izzo. You got to respect Tom Izzo. I'm sorry, man. Like, besides, and you know who you are, my family friends that, you know, have family that went to Michigan State or played at Michigan State. You know who you are. I got no respect for Michigan State football besides that. And that's just the nicest way I could put it. I'm just up here doing my job as a sports reporter, as a podcaster, as a sports writer, and saying Michigan State football is full of BS. They beat us with our helmets. They act like criminals. Mark D'Antonio orchestrates a full-on clothesline with helmets on during our warm-ups, and they clothesline our guys during our warm-ups. And yeah, it's on their field, but it doesn't matter. It's ridiculous. And Mark D'Antonio orchestrated it. And then you got guys like Le'Veon Bell saying, "Oh, Devin Bush stomped on our logo." Yeah, you know why he did that? Because you had your entire roster with helmets on, orchestrated by Mark D'Antonio, come in to clothesline our guys during our warmups. Maybe that's why he stomped on your logo, Le'Veon Bell. Get a freaking clue, dude. Open your eyes. Get in touch with the real world. I'm hyped and I'm going. This is, I'm back, man. I'm back and I'm hyped because my Lions are good, my Pistons are good, and my Tigers are good. And I got stuff to talk about. And like I said before, I don't sugarcoat. We ain't quitting. We're just getting started. We're just getting started. And if you want to come on this podcast and you're a legit guest and I think you're legit, then come on in. But if I don't think you have what it takes to be on this podcast, I'm sorry. We can talk, and it's no disrespect. I'm not being mean. I have standards for my own stuff. I just wanted to come on here and address the people and address my viewers who put time in to watch this podcast, especially my subscribers who subscribe to this podcast. Thank you so much. I ain't going to let you down. I'm right here. I ain't going anywhere. We're just starting. Thank you so much. I just had to address the crowd. I had to talk a little sports. And I always tell it like it is. Like I said, I don't sugarcoat. And I'll get on the mic with anybody that wants to get on the mic. But if you're going to come on my podcast, you got to be legit. I want people to know that this is legit. And I ain't quitting just after Frank the Tank. And we'll probably have Frank the Tank on again. So we're just getting started. That's going to wrap up the show for today. And it was nice addressing the room, addressing the public, addressing my loyal subscribers. They needed to hear it. They needed to hear from me. They deserve it. We're not going anywhere. We're just getting started. That's going to wrap it up for the BP show. Let's go.